Most people, when they think about timelines, they think about things that have happened in the past. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to use a timeline to think about the things that are going to happen in your future, as well as look at what's happened in the past. Let's go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Time Vision Action Zone, where you get to own your time, develop your vision, and take action. Let's go into today's episode. Today, I want to talk to you about something that changed my life. I want to talk to you about something related to my time, and specifically my time here on Earth, my time here with this life. And I'm referring to my timeline. I went to a training once, and in the training, I was asked to write my own timeline from the day I was born to the current day of the training, and then to the day I was going to die. Now, granted, I hadn't been told by any doctors or anyone else that I was going to die anytime soon. So when I was asked to do this, I was definitely taken back. But by putting myself in the mindset of thinking of me dying, I actually had the opportunity to really plan out what I wanted my life to look like. What events did I want to appear on my timeline whenever I look back? This is absolutely a game-changing exercise for anyone that's thinking about or struggling with what they want their life to look like. And so I can tell you that this is something that I would love for you to do. It's really easy, and it just takes a few minutes of your time, but it can do so much for you. In fact, when I made this timeline, it was December of 2014. In that timeline that I wrote, said that in 2015, by September, if I was not part owner of the dealership that I was working at, that I would quit and pursue my own business. Well, guess what, folks? August 28th, without even looking at the timeline, without even knowing about the timeline or thinking about the timeline in my head, August 28th, I walked away from the dealership because of other circumstances. September, I finished my degree and started my photography business in Miami. It happened. What I had written down actually happened. This blew my mind. And it really made me see the power of writing things down. And so I made the timeline. I wrote the date I was born. I wrote some big events that have happened in my life. I wrote some events that were going on at the time of the training. And then I wrote things that I wanted to happen in between that day and the day I would die. With regards to the day that I was going to pass this world, I can tell you that was a tough thought as well, because I had to think about all the things I wanted to do prior to leaving this world. And then I thought about, well, when is it enough? When have I had enough of this world? And so I actually chose the date. This is why you'll hear me say on some podcasts that I know when I'm going to die. I need you to understand something. The date that I've chosen is personal to me. It's private to me. And it's not something that you or I need to share with each other. It's something that you need to choose for yourself. And so I encourage you, when you take these instructions that I'm about to give you, go through the entire process. Go from the day you were born and choose the day you are going to die. I can tell you it makes me a little bit emotional when I think about it, because I'm going to miss the people that are in my life. I'm going to miss the opportunities that I'm currently enjoying, like this podcast, or like facilitating, or talking to my family, or hugging my dog. There are so many different things that are going on right now that I absolutely am grateful for. And so by creating this timeline, it absolutely will remind you how important your time right now in this moment is. So let's jump on it. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to get a sheet of paper, and I want you to lay it out on the desk or table horizontally. Next, I want you to take a pencil or a pen if that's all you have, and I want you to draw a line from left to right across the entire page. Now, I want you to draw 2 lines vertically, small ones, at the end of each side of the page that you just drew the line on. On the left side, I want you to write underneath that line the day you were born, your birthday. On the right side, I want you to take a moment. I want you to really think about this, but I'd like you to write the day you're going to die. This is a serious question for yourself because you need to ask yourself how much time you have left on this earth, and nobody wants to face death. However, once you realize that death is inevitable, once you realize that no one is immortal, once you realize life is temporary, you absolutely come in control of your destiny. You come in control of your time, and you come in control of your actions. So, after you've chosen that date, what I'd then like you to do is go back to your birthday and start writing out some key events that have happened over the years. You can do little segments of 10, so 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, all the way up to whatever age you're going to be. And then at those segments, write down key things that you want to happen. Maybe they're in between. Maybe in the year 2060, which is 40 years from now, I'll be 80 if I'm alive. And I will have certain things that I will have accomplished between now and then. For those of you who are struggling understanding what I'm saying, maybe you need a visual, check out the blog, timevisionaction.wordpress.com, and you'll see that I have a post there with a sample timeline for you to see just as a reference. Once your timeline is done and your sketch is done, besides keeping it close, there's some other things that you can do with it to really enhance how your timeline works. You can actually take that and turn it into a digital graphic. Make it something really visually entertaining for yourself. You can put it on your refrigerator to make sure that you see it every time you go into that refrigerator, especially for those of us who are trying to lose weight. But do whatever you have to do to make sure that this timeline is consistently in front of you and it's always being looked at. And by the way, make sure you add to it. One of the things you're going to learn or you're going to see is that as time goes on and as you reach certain milestones along the way, your wants and your needs are going to change. This timeline is not set in stone. It's just meant to give you a guide. It's meant to give you a consistent reminder of what you are shooting for. Because let me tell you, without that reminder, it's so easy, especially in the world that we live in today, to forget what it is that keeps us moving forward, what it is that keeps us going in the right direction. So please, take some time to make your timeline and make sure you have fun with it. If you are brave enough, if you are confident enough, I'd love for you to share it. You can email it to me at timevisionaction@gmail.com, and I will absolutely feature it on the blog or my Instagram at timevisionaction. Outside of that, I just want to say thank you again so much for listening and giving me your time and attention. I really do appreciate it, and I hope that you find this material valuable. As always, own your time, develop your vision, and take action. I'm out.